Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to Will It Cheese, where we're grateful for the lack of self-control that allows us to put cheese on every other food. Today we're making a Thanksgiving cranberry sauce and incorporating it into a baked camembert pastry, or as the Puritans would have called it, camembert en croûte, if they were French. I feel like the secret's out about baked cheeses. They look incredibly impressive and time-consuming, but they can actually be super easy to make, like human babies. To begin, I'm going to toast some hazelnuts. And while we're at it, can we discuss how hazelnuts are also called filberts? Note, I have never actually heard anyone say this out loud before, but on some packages and in recipes, I see hazelnuts referred to in parentheses as filberts, and I don't know why, and it sounds all wrong. Ugh. Since there's so much else going on in this whole dish, I'm keeping the sauce fairly simple with just some orange and spices. I prefer to add the spices a little later into cooking so they don't lose flavor. When most of the berries have exploded and the sauce is bubbling like violently molten cartoon magma, it's ready to take off the heat and cool. Now my favorite part, encroûting the camembert. I'm using a store-bought pastry dough because it's Thanksgiving and I still need to do research so I can fight my family about politics later. I'm laying down some sauce first so the hazelnuts have something to stick to. Then Blue Stilton because he's a dignified son of a bitch. I'm hoping that his characteristic funk and earthiness will play well with the cranberries, but he's also on the creamier end of blue cheeses, so he should echo the flavors of the camembert as well. I'm using a heavy cream wash today. Usually I use egg wash, but I'm feeling a little wild. It's Thanksgiving, and because no one can stop me, I'm adding a third cheese, meat raclette. She's mild flavored, very stretchy, and Swiss. Before it bakes, I'll let this baby cool down in the freezer for about an hour or until the pastry dough feels firm to the touch, but not necessarily frozen. This prevents the camembert filling from running too much when it's baked and generally helps everything keep its shape. Now for the hardest part of this dish, not eating it for a few minutes while it cools. I distracted myself by slicing some fruit to plate with, but doing the dishes or screaming your blessings into the void works too. And here we go. The molten creaming camembert is always happy to meet fruit. The Blue Stilton has this redolence of straw that eventually turns into a kind of fruity high note that pairs perfectly with the spiced cranberry sauce. Honestly, the raclette is so mild that it does get lost a little bit, but it looks so tantalizing to have it melting down the sides, and they do say you eat first with your eyes. Guys, this year I'm grateful for trying new things and being pleasantly surprised by the results. See you later, Cheese Cowboy.